Alright guys, so we have seen heat number 1. We now move over to heat number 2, and this will be the live commentary as the race is currently happening, but for some reason I can upload the video, I just can't upload the stream. So guys, enjoy, and we'll see you at the end. So the drivers are now getting themselves back into positions, and whoa! Not too sure who that was, but to spin on the outlap is definitely not what is wanted. So Reese now back into that pole position after him finishing 5th. So just to recap on those positions, so Reese now starts off in 1st, Tyler, who finished 4th, starts off in 2nd, Terry in 3rd, so he'll now find himself ahead of Yusuf. I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. Yusuf will start off in 4th place with Robert in 5th, Stefan in 6th, and then Dirkie all the way at the back, he will start off in 7th place. So Reese now leading the guys turn number 10. So Duncan, I see that you're currently in the stream. I don't know if you would like to join me. But we are a go, go, go. And Reese now leads the field up into turn number 2. So far it's a clean start for everybody. No movers and shakers just yet. So far so good, everybody still holding their current positions. So as I say that, I see that Dirkie has now moved himself up 1 position, got himself ahead of Stefan. Tyler still in 2nd place, and he has got Terry, who's now dropping down into 7th. So that is coming down the hill through turn number 6. And here he has gone off there. But it is the man who was on pole position from the first race. He currently leads now. And opened a 1.2 or 6 seconds now. Went from 2 all the way to 6. Big block up there for Yusuf going into the braking zone at turn number 11. Robert in 4th place, and it's got a very rapid looking Dirkie, who's now got himself up into 5th place, having started down in 7th. Big sideways motion for the cars, and those Fords really battling with the grip through the twisty stuff. So Reese currently fastest 1st sector, but now Tyler's the fastest. Now Dirkie's the fastest. Robert just losing a little bit of drive coming out the corner, and Dirkie's going to try go side by side down turn number 6, but that's not going to work. Not enough space out there, and Dirkie having to just get that foot off the gas there just to allow Robert to go down ahead of him. Well, someone's gone very wide there, and that is Robert Stoltz, who's now dropped down into 6th place. He's also putting on an absolutely incredible performance here. In 3rd place, really putting the pressure on the back of Tyler now. And while that is happening, the man out in front, Reese, big lock up there for Yusuf. Dirkie in that Ferrari, starting to close up the number is 68. Within 1 second of the driver in third place. This is where it's going to start getting very interesting as Silas Scott loses it going up the hill through turn number 2. Apologies, turn number 3. Just over rotating that rear and now dropping down from second place into a 5th. Yusuf a little bit wider through turn number 6, and that's allowed Durkee to close up that gap behind him. And Stefan now is within the striking rate of Durkee. Durkee has a look to the inside. Stefan closing up that gap. But it is Yusuf now who's fighting the championship leader currently. See, Reese has just put down the fastest sector. In the second sector there for Reese. But the longer Durkee stays behind Yusuf, the harder it is going to be as Durkee tries to squeeze up on the inside. Is there enough space? Yes, there is. But now the Ford will have the drive, having been able to take the wider line on the outside. And this is going to make things very, very interesting. Will Durkee ride the inside, going up the hill to turn number 2. Now up turn number 3. Durkee looks like he had to slow down dramatically because Stefan has now gone through. And as I say that, I see Reese has now dropped down into third place. So right in front all by himself, going up through turn number 3A. Just coming down the hill towards turn number 4, Reese makes a mistake and now lets Yusuf, the new race leader, and here where I thought it would be a Ferrari race, we now have got Ford, then Ferrari, Ford, Terry in the Ferrari, then another Ford. So only 2 Ferraris here this evening. But let's just get back to the action here at the podium positions. But Yusuf really driving out of his socks. 130.0. Stefan 128.5. So you can see the drivers behind in second and third place are currently going quicker than the man in front. But not that lap. That lap was dominated there by Yusuf. Stefan right on the curb up through turn number 2. And you can see Reese's mistake there cost him 6 seconds. And we understand that it is one thing to catch, the next is to overtake. We've also seen that the fastest sector 2 has just been done by Durkee. So he is definitely on a charge again. Having done a 133.5, just being slowed up a little bit going through turn number 1 into turn 2. But that is Durkee looking at the back of the third place Reese. So Terry is starting to just open up a little bit of gap between himself and Robert. That sector 2 seems to be changing in terms of who the fastest driver is there. Reese just playing with my nerves a little bit. Oh, big lock up there for Reese. That's definitely going to start heating up that front tire. But Stefan is now the fastest in sector 2. Fastest sector 3 goes to Durkee. So Durkee now starting to find that rhythm. And I would assume that that is the fastest time currently. And that is Durkee with a 128.0. track limit penalty there for Terry Walford. But Stefan can't find a way around Yusuf. That tighter inside line definitely does work, but somehow Yusuf is able to make that outside line work for him. He's just able to carry a little bit more speed than the other guys currently. So there is Durkee closing up onto the back of Reese. Yusuf really driving a great race. 128.9 there for him, so his pace is definitely increasing. Let's just see how he fares now to begin his 8th lap. 129.0, 129.1, 128.8. So 0.3, and there's Durkee 127.9. So Durkee has pulled a second out of the guys ahead of him. But between first to third, the difference between those drivers is only 0.3 of a second. And that's how competitive it is getting. But there's a mistake there by Reese that's coming up over the hill. Turn number 3, again he's made a mistake there. Oh, little contact there from Reese against Tyler. I think that Reese might have thought that Tyler was ahead of him and just making that contact. So Reese on the back of Tyler now. You see a wide line there for Tyler. Reese taking the inside tighter line there. I just want to jump back to the battle for first and second. Because while Durkee was right there with that 27.9, you can see that he's dropped 0.6 of a second now from the leader. Stefan not able to find a way past Yusuf just yet. There's that wider line that Yusuf is taking and definitely is working for him. So Robert up into the 6th place. So Terry moving down the order. So now through the S's into turn number 8. Sweeping left-hander into turn number 10, and Yusuf is sideways, but he definitely did that with style. So he's got to be patient, let that car find the grip, then power out on turn number 11. Need to carry that speed now all the way back up the hill through turn number 2. Here comes Durkee, you can see now in the shot. Ooh, Durkee just having to come off the power there. But is that the mistake that Stefan has been waiting for? Yusuf now dropping down to second. This should release Stefan out in front. And Durkee's going to be on the back there any moment now. Defensive. Will he have a lunge to the inside? Yes, he does. But now what happens is that Yusuf pushes Stefan wide, and this has allowed Durkee now to come back. contact there between Dirkie and Stefan. So I'm sure that the seeing red, it is that focus is definitely kicking in here. The guys are driving with everything they've got. It was a massive lunge there into turn number 7 by Yusuf. Contact between himself and Stefan, running them straight on. Dirkie then tries to come on the inside. Stefan comes back to try and take that place, and a contact there, and Dirkie's spinning out, and now it dropped 5.5 seconds further down as a mistake there from Stefan. Puts himself up into the wall. There goes Dirkie. So Dirkie now going back into second place. Only 8.5 minutes left to go. There's just been so much happening. Even though there's only a few cars here this evening, Reese catching at the back of Tyler Scott within a second. Now Stefan back within that second of Dirkie. It does look like the GT40, it does like the fast flowing stuff, where the Ferrari is much better coming out of the tighter stuff. So Reese in 5th place. He's sliding that car up through turn number 2. Quite interesting enough that as you're going into turn 3, then up into turn 3A, is that corner in the Ferrari is flat. But then it's just about making sure that you've got that nose pointed in the right direction, hit the curb nice and early, and hopefully it doesn't run you wide on the exit. But then you've got to be very careful, because then you've got to set yourself up for turn number 4. So the current race leader, Yusuf, 29.6 there for him. Dirkie at 28.6. So 1 second is Dirkie quicker than the man out in front. So just looking at the time penalties, 1 second there for Reese and 5 seconds there for Terry, currently on lap number 12. So now the gap between Dirkie and Yusuf is less than 3 seconds and less than 6 minutes left to go. So there will be 4 laps possibly. So Yusuf is going to have to keep his head down, hit those braking markers, not watch what's happening behind him. Get that car in the middle of the track and defend, defend, defend. So that gap is getting very, very close now. You can see pushing that 2 second gap. And Yusuf is wide, comes off the power. That was a great idea to do that. If you keep it pinned, that's where things can go very wrong. But then dirting his tires, which is not going to help him brake. So less than 5 minutes left. So 3 laps left. And the gap is less than 1.5 seconds. This is where Yusuf's heart rate is going to be pumping through the roof. You can see the championship leader coming in his rearview mirror. But that's making use of the track completely to the limit. A little bit wide there for Yusuf. You can see Durkee nice and tight on the inside using that curb. So Yusuf, that wider line again. Durkee tighter on the inside through turn 6. So Durkee now within a second. So through the S's. Turn number 9, little touch of the brakes, get the car turned in, back on the gas. Durkee has a big lunge on the inside and he is able to make that stick. Absolutely incredible. So now they're heading up the hill to turn number 2. Durkee able to get that Ferrari turned in. So Durkee now leading the race with less than 3 minutes. So 2 minutes 40 seconds left, so 2 laps left to go. Yusuf still within that second. Just looking at that time between himself and Durkee now starting to just pull away ever so slightly. Robert moves himself up into fifth place. So Robert now going ahead of Reese. So this race is definitely not over for Yusuf, because Yusuf now giving himself a time penalty, 2 seconds there for him. And Stefan currently within that 2 seconds, not quite, so Stefan will have to just find another half a second or so, and he will be in that half a second and in that 2 second window, which then will promote Stefan into second place. So it did look like Reese was getting there. Here he is within a second now of Robert. So there's the battle there for them. 1 minute left to go, and Durkee now exiting out of turn number 7. There's Yusuf and there's Stefan. Oh, a little wide there for Durkee. So with 30 seconds left of the clock, there will still be one more lap. So Yusuf has made a mistake, and that's put Stefan up into second. Yusuf down in third. And it does look like that GT40 is a little bit worse for wear at this point. But I must say, it's been an absolutely great effort here by Musa. Yusuf Musa, that is. Leading for most of the race, but just the pace of Dirkie and Stefan have just reeled him in and have just not been able to, yes, have just not able to keep up the pace with those guys. Joseph closing up that gap between himself and Stefan. So that is the end of the race. Dirkie comes home in first with Stefan in second. Joseph finishes in a well-fought third. Tyler comes home in fourth place. Robert, he'll take home the fifth place with Reese sixth and Terry in a seventh position. So just going to do the quick calculation and then get the guys in for the driver's briefing. So guys, you can just stand by and we will be back with you shortly.
But late to the Discord.
Okay, guys, we will get started right now. Just now, for some reason, hasn't pulled my Discord through correctly. So stand by.
No, go to the link, but this one is not working. That's good. These ones are not working.
Alright, guys, so welcome. While the live stream is not up, we are doing a live recording, so this will be posted directly after this interview. But all I can say is not many drivers out there this evening, but that has not changed the action whatsoever. Let's start off with you, Tyler. Very, very tricky from the back there, but it looks like just some consistency, and you were able to get yourself third overall for the day.
Yeah, I looked unlucky for the first two guys in race one that had the DC. So, yeah, tricky conditions, tricky track, lack of this, those things didn't help me this evening. So.
No, most definitely.
Glad with the position, but not glad to be going into the Ferrari.
No, I can definitely understand that. Look, in all honesty, I did think that the Ferraris would do amazingly well here. And it does look like just the pace that Durkee had in that Ferrari was absolutely phenomenal. So it looks like it was the car to have. But as you said, very, very tricky, and that almost just impacted those final results for him as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's go to you then, Robert. Second overall for the day. Obviously, having some disconnects, that's definitely helped you get some points here this evening. But did you find that the conditions were as tricky as what Tyler was finding?
Yeah, it was crazy, and it changed a lot halfway through the race. Tires got, I think, a bit warm, or track got a bit warm. I don't know what it was, but it was very tricky. But it was a fun race. Yeah, and congratulations to everyone. Yeah, pity for the disconnect. Racing was good. Yeah.
No, absolutely fantastic. And then let's go to you, Yusuf. A little bit of a disconnect in the beginning. Just worried that you were clashing, but it looked like the persistence has paid off. Got yourself 2 podiums, and man, oh man, what a crazy battle on the last couple of laps there between yourself, Durkee, and Stefan.
Yes, it was very exciting. Durkee was like the quickest man I ever saw in my life on that track in the Ferrari. But yeah, it was exciting and fun.
And just in terms of the choice of car, are you happy to be changing the car for the next race?
Yeah, I'll be happy. The Ferrari, I feel, is more stable than the Ford. So for the next track, it'll hopefully be better.
All right, awesome. Absolutely great result there for you. It looks like everybody was getting their elbows out. But all in all, an actual great evenings of racing. So thank you very much, guys.
Perfect. Thank you.
Well done.
Cool.
Well done, everyone. Well done, Yusuf. Well done. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So guys, thank you very much. We will be getting our live stream back up. We'll try and figure out what was going on. But don't forget that this league is proudly brought to you by Bulldog Skincare for Men. The description is in the link below if you want to find out more where to purchase it, but you can get them exclusively from Clicks. Guys, thank you very much. We'll see you on Thursday night for the ACC. Really looking forward to that. So guys, until then, keep practicing, and thanks for watching. Yos.